One of Britain's biggest cities has been witnessing its largest ever protest as health cuts draw tens of thousands onto the streets earlier today. It's time to catch members of the governing Conservative Party who are descending on Manchester for their annual conference. One of those at the rally was Loz Kay. He's also leader of the UK Pirate Party. Let's talk to him now. Hi, Loz. Evening to you. It's been a busy day for you, isn't it? But, I mean, left-wing rallies at Conservative conferences, nothing new. What makes you think the Tories are going to listen this time?
Well, we've seen an extraordinary turnout today. It has been the biggest ever rally in Manchester, well over 50,000 people taking part. And I think that is time that we really will concentrate the minds. What's really clear is people have sent a message out that it's important to protect our National Health Service here in the United Kingdom. David Cameron came into power saying that he'd protect the NHS. Well, he is not doing that. We're seeing instead the piecemeal privatisation of our health services. And it's also, this has been an important message to send out today as the Tories have descended on our city.
I mean, the Manchester Police themselves, they're agreeing with you. They're saying it's the biggest protest outturn they've ever had to deal with, in fact. Do you think the government's really going to listen, though? I put it to you again, with less than 2 years in an election, do you think you are going to unnerve them?
Well, absolutely. It's also shown that this government is in fact in real trouble. Of course, it's been very much to do with the National Health Service today, that it's facing 20 billion of cuts by 2015. But it's also shown out that crystallised so many issues and where the government's unpopular, for all the way from mass surveillance to threatened action in Syria to legal aid. The fact that so many people are willing to speak out and stand up for the NHS and stand up for a better Britain really puts pressure on this government now. We've seen how the austerity agenda is damaging the country, and that it's also clear that a new network, a new movement is really beginning to forge itself. It's also, I think, what's going to really put pressure on the Tories is the fact that people are talking together. It's not like the left wing in one corner, but this is actually a much bigger movement now.
But these are tough times.
David Cameron.
These are tough times. The NHS is facing a huge hole in funding. I mean, where's the harm in outsourcing some jobs rather than closing services completely?
Well, absolutely. We know that also services are under pressure. Well, that's why it's actually really problematic that the Conservatives instead are resorting to gesture politics. For some reason, they seem to have money to spare to offer a tax rebate for married couples. That they seem to have money to spare when it comes to mass surveillance. They were prepared to use £2 billion on a snooper's charter, for example. So it seems that when it's something that they want to do, they can suddenly find the money. They can suddenly find the money, for example, if they're thinking about going to war in the Middle East. But now it's time to put public money into public services to support the public here in the United Kingdom.
I mean, your message is that Conservatives' business friends are making money out of people's ill health, but healthcare is still free for patients. There's an element of scaremongering there from you, surely, isn't it?
Well, no, we can see that already the cuts are beginning to bite, that already treatments are being cancelled. 21,000 jobs have been lost in the NHS over the last 3 months. Even here in Manchester, we've seen important services like our walk-in centres in the Ancoats area closed, for example. That's why it's actually really galling to see the Tories come here, because we right here in Manchester have known how hard that our health is already being hit. It's not scaremongering. These are the facts on the ground, and it's time that we're sending out that message.
Loz, thanks for getting your message across. Loz Kay, the healthcare protester and leader of the UK Pirate Party, on the line from Manchester. Thanks, sir.